welcome back to my channel. Say hey, bub. So I think it would be a lot of fun for this tag to get going. I love learning stuff about like people's pregnancies and their births and everything. I just think it's really interesting and how different that everybody really is. And it's just a lot of fun to learn new things about people. So I think that this would be a fun tag to do. So if you're a mama or a dad out there, if you want to do like a dad version of these questions, that would be cool. I tag all of you. I think it would be a ton of fun for this to be a thing. And if you do end up doing it, please tag me. I would love to watch it and learn more about like your pregnancies and your children. So we're gonna jump right in. There are 21 questions, so we're just gonna jump right in because I don't want to make this a super long video. Disclaimer, I am not an expert when it comes to pregnancy, labor and delivery, or birth, or children, okay? I am not an expert. I am not a medical professional. I only have my one experience to go off of, and it just so happens that my one experience was super traumatic and really, really scary. So that is the only birth experience that I have to go off of. Oh, another thing, a lot of people have asked me to film our labor and delivery story, and honestly, I don't think I'm gonna film that video, at least not anywhere in the near future. It's still just so fresh, and like I mentioned earlier, it was extremely traumatic, super scary. Both of us almost ended up dying. It was terrifying, to say the least. I'm gonna touch a little bit on it in this video. I'm not gonna go into a ton of detail. There will be a little bit here and there in these questions that I'm gonna answer to the best of my ability. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Number one, what is your baby's name, age, birthday, and time of their birth? So this is Judah Ezekiel. First of all, can we just talk about how adorable his shirt is? On the playground is where I spend most of my days. I found it at Buc-ee's. Isn't it so cute? The brand is Ruby's Rubbish. You can probably find it online. Anyways, this is Judah Ezekiel. He is 5.5 months old. His birthday is January 16th of 2018, and he was born at 6:44 p.m. Number two, how much did your baby weigh and how long were they? He weighed 9 pounds, 3 ounces, and he was 21.25 inches long. Number three, was your pregnancy planned? No, it was not planned. It was a total surprise. Number four, what was your reaction to finding out you were pregnant? Okay, so my husband and I had been married for almost 5 years at this point. I had been off of birth control for 4 years. We weren't actively trying, like we weren't tracking ovulation and everything like that. But I wanted a baby at any point. So I was trying to get pregnant. I don't think he was, but I was trying. I kind of had an idea of when I was ovulating and everything, and my parents are probably gonna watch this, so I'm sorry if this is TMI for y'all. Sorry. Anyways, I was trying to get pregnant and it just wasn't happening. And so finally one day I was praying and I was like, okay, God, like me and him, like we talked like we were face to face, and I was kind of angry. And I said, okay, God, here's the deal. I want a baby so bad. And at this point, I thought I had fertility issues. I thought I was never gonna be able to get pregnant or carry a child to term if I were to get pregnant. You know, it just wasn't happening. And I finally said, okay, look, I want a baby. And everyone's been telling me it'll happen on your time. It'll happen in God's timing. And I was so tired of hearing that. I know people meant well when they said that, but I was so tired of hearing it. I did not want to hear it again. I was at the point where the next person that told me that was going to get punched in the throat. So I was like, look, I want a baby. I want a baby soon. Everyone's telling me it's going to happen in your timing, and obviously I know that. I obviously know that if you even want me to have a child, that I will get pregnant. So I said, look, from this day forward, I'm done worrying about it. I'm not gonna spend any more money on tests just for them to be negative. The next test that I buy, it's gonna be positive. And because I went every single month and bought a test and they were all negative. And I kind of had made myself think every single month, like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. Like, I totally feel pregnant. And every month it was, excuse me, every month it was negative. And so if you've been getting negative test after negative test, you understand how disappointing it is and how sad it is. And like, you're just frustrated and you're over it. And you're like, why isn't this happening for me? And, you know what? After I had that long, like, ball fest with God, and I was like, look, I'm done. It's in your hands. Whenever I get pregnant, it's literally going to be at your perfect timing. And I just hope it's soon. And literally, I'm not even kidding, the next month I found out I was pregnant. So I was shocked. I didn't believe the test. It said positive, and I was like, no, that's a lie. So I took the second one, and I was like, no, this is wrong. Like, this is a mean trick. Like, this isn't really happening. Number 5, how was your pregnancy? It was perfect. Perfect. My skin was so clear and so glowy. My belly was perfectly round. I didn't have gestational diabetes. I didn't have preeclampsia. I only gained 9 pounds the whole pregnancy. It was perfect. He was super healthy. He was just measuring really, really big. But yeah, my pregnancy was perfect. I was sweet. Like, I was a nice pregnant girl. And I'm typically like kind of feisty. So for me to be like super sweet when I was pregnant, like, that was a plus, because I was really scared that I was going to be a B, if we're being honest. But yeah, I loved being pregnant. I am one of those girls that if every pregnancy could be how it was with him, I would be pregnant all the time. Hey, what are you doing, kiddo? He just woke up, so he's a little cranky, a little kind of crazy. What you doing? What you doing, honey? Hi. Okay, number 6. This question right here is probably going to be tough for me to answer. Number 6, how was the delivery process? Did you have any pain medications or epidural? No to the epidural. The only pain medication I had was laughing gas, and it did not take away the pain. It just made me high as a kite to where I could cope with the pain a little better. So the delivery process was so scary. We had planned on having him at a birth center, completely natural. I wanted to go into labor on my own. I ended up being induced, which I find it very odd that a birth center would even use that term, let alone do it. But I was so naive that I was like, these are the medical professionals. They know what they're doing. This is the best thing for me and the baby. And they broke my water, and labor started really, really, really quickly. I only labored for 7 hours, but the last 2 hours were spent at a hospital. We were transferred to a hospital, and thank God we were transferred there. They completely saved our lives. It was super terrifying. And I'm gonna leave it that answer at that. It was a very scary delivery process. Number 7, if you could go back and change anything about your pregnancy or delivery, would you? If I could have stayed pregnant but had him, like, but still been pregnant, because it was so awesome, like, I loved being pregnant, I would change that. When I was pregnant, that was the most beautiful I had ever felt in my entire life. I felt more beautiful pregnant than I did on my wedding day. And that's the God honest truth. Like, I felt so beautiful my entire pregnancy than I did on my wedding day. If you could change anything about your delivery, I would have changed the entire delivery. Start to finish. Yeah, I would have changed everything. I would have changed places. I would have changed doctors. I would have changed every single thing that had to do with the delivery if I could go back and redo it. Number 8, did you cry when your baby was born? Okay, this one's hard for me to answer because, like I mentioned earlier, I was on laughing gas and it made me literally high as a kite, so I don't really remember. I remember them putting him on me and then whisking him away literally a second after they put him on me. Like, it was so fast. And he was in the NICU and out of that room within like 10 minutes. Like, it was so fast, probably even less than 10 minutes. But I just remember asking, why isn't my baby crying? What did I do wrong? And I remember just asking that over and over again, and then looking at my husband being like, oh my God, I did it. And then going back to, where's my baby? Why isn't he crying? What's wrong with him? What did I do wrong? So I think maybe in the midst of all of that, there were some tears, but no, I didn't have that put the baby on the chest and then like happy tears moment. There were a lot of tears once I came back to like consciousness and I didn't feel super high anymore. There were a lot of tears because we didn't know if he was alive for about 4 hours. So there were a lot of tears in that moment, or in that span of time. But when he was actually like just freshly born and everything, there were not tears. It was a lot of confusion and a lot of fear. Number 9, did you want a boy or a girl first? I always wanted a boy first. Even ever since I was a little bitty and I would play house with my friends, I always had a boy first. I have 2 older brothers and they were amazing. They were the best older brothers that any girl could ever ask for. And they were always protective of me, but not to the point where they were like super overprotective to where it was annoying. They just loved me a lot and would have done anything for me. And so I always wanted a boy first. That way, if I ever have daughters down the line, that they'll hopefully have a protective older brother that will always take care of them like I did. Number 10, do you want any more children? Okay, this question, the answer has changed. I've gone back and forth with it a million times. And right now, my answer is yes, I do want more kids. I want a daughter really bad. I have a niece that's about to be born in a couple months, and just buying her clothes and stuff, I'm like, okay, I really want a daughter. It would be really fun to dress a girl. So I do want a daughter for sure. I want to see Clinton as a girl dad. Number 11, the biggest thing you learned about yourself from your pregnancy and delivery. I am one strong woman, mentally, physically. Okay, mentally, not until recently. After his birth, up until about like the 4.5 month mark, I suffered with severe postpartum depression and postpartum PTSD. Like severe, really, it was really bad. I can go into depth in that some other time, but to be through what he and I and my husband went through, and to come out on the other side of it, I am so strong. Like, and I have the best support system to get me through all of that. Because if I didn't have the support system that I have in our family and our friends and stuff, I would still be suffering with that. But I'm 100% better now. Obviously his delivery and everything is in the back of my mind, like at all times. And, but the way I view it, it took me a while to view it as a victory than as a failure, I guess. But I am super strong and I'm really proud of myself. Number 12, any advice for first-time mamas about to give birth? Really, the only advice I have is do your research on everything, on every scenario that can go wrong or right with your delivery, on the place where you're going to be giving birth, on the people you're like going to be under their care while you're giving birth. Google them, look at the reviews. I really should have researched a ton more, and now I know for the second time around exactly what questions to ask. If you feel something wrong in your gut, follow that instinct. Follow that instinct. Even if you're 38 weeks pregnant and can pop at any second, it's never too late to change care to save you and your baby's life. It's never too late. Hi. Hi. Hey, baby. I love you. 13, proudest moment of being a mom so far. So this answer might get me a little emotional. When he was born, he was in the NICU for 10 days. He had hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. It's a brain injury from lack of oxygen and blood flow to the brain, and they put you on a cooling blanket. I had never even heard of cooling blankets or anything like that before, but they're amazing. It sedates the body. Like your body is basically like, and I'm not a medical professional, so could be getting all of this wrong, so don't come at me if I am. But they basically put you in a medically induced coma, and they cool your body down by like 6 degrees, I think, so that way the blood and the oxygen won't rush to the brain, causing more damage than good. So he was on the cooling blanket for 72 hours. We honestly would not know if he was going to be okay until the 4th day of his life. And yeah, so the proudest moment of being a mom is he has overcome all odds, and he's doing amazing. And I am just so proud of him for every milestone that he hits, and you know, every smile he gives me, and every laugh, and all of his little blabber. And I'm getting emotional. Ugh, I didn't want to cry. But just him being alive and overcoming all odds and all obstacles thrown at him is the proudest moment of being a mom so far. I love you, Bubba. Number 14, the hardest part about being a new parent. Okay, so it's lonely. I'm still tired. I don't know if y'all heard that, but he just let out the biggest sigh. That was cute. Especially as a stay-at-home mom that doesn't get a ton of adult interaction, it is very lonely. We moved to Dallas, we moved to San Antonio from Dallas when he was almost 2 months old. So we had a great group of friends in Dallas and a great support system, and God, I really miss our friends that quickly became our family. I really miss them so much. But here in San Antonio, both of my brothers and their wives live here, and I do see them quite a bit, and I'm super grateful for them, and I love living in the same city as them again. It had been almost a decade since my brothers and I had lived in the same city. I think it had actually been over a decade, like 15 years, maybe. But I love living in the same town as them, but outside of family, I haven't really made a ton of friends here yet, and it's completely my fault. We've lived here for almost 3 months. And I'm just such a homebody, and I'm an ambivert, so I'm both an extrovert and an introvert. But I'm definitely more of an introvert, especially now having a kid. So the hardest part is it's lonely, for sure. Number 15, how have you changed since becoming a new mom? More introverted, like I just said. I definitely know, like, the greatest type of love now. I had never understood what my mom said when she would be like, no, I really do love you more. One day you'll understand. And now I completely understand what she meant by that. And the love that my heart has to give for this little guy and for his dad, like seeing Clinton with him, I didn't know I could love him any more than I already did. I thought he already had all of the love my heart had to give him, but it grew times a million seeing him with Judah. And then the love that my heart has for him is absolutely amazing. I didn't think that I could love anyone this much, and I love him so much. Every single day, my love for him just grows and grows and grows. Are you tired, Bob? Hey, are you getting sleepy again? Number 16, what was the second name choice for your baby? If he wasn't going to be Judah Ezekiel, he was going to be Easton Colt. And the reason we didn't go with Easton, because we both love that name, is because we have a nephew named Ethan, and we just thought it was way too similar. And it is Easton, Ethan, like, it's just way too similar. And Colt, we were going to name him Colt after Colt McCoy. Hook 'em horns. Number 17, your favorite thing to do with your baby. I just love to play with him, make him laugh, make him talk, like have conversations with him. I love to sing to him. I just love being with him. Number 18, what is your secret to calming him down? I might have to use it, actually. He loves to be sang to. He loves it. He loves Itsy Bitsy Spider, and he loves this song that my mom used to sing to me when I was little. Yeah. Can you look at the camera and be cute like that? Yeah. but it's called I Love You Little, I Love You Lots. I don't actually know if that's the name of it, but he loves it. Because I love you little, I love you lots. My love for you good built-in pots. 15 buckets, 16 cans, 3 teacups, and 4 dishpans. That's how it goes, and works like a charm every single time that he's getting fussy. I just sing in that song and he perks right up and gets really happy. Number 19, what personality traits did your baby inherit from you and your partner? He's got my husband's like side eye down for sure. My husband has these like certain looks that if you get them, you better be scared. We call it the Hufty look. That's our last name, and his whole family has this look, especially the men. But yeah, he definitely has inherited the Hufty look. And from me, he's super hyper and goofy and loves to laugh and have a good time, which he's not acting like it right now because he's tired. But he's a super happy baby. And if you know me and my husband, you know that he got his happiness from me. Right. Yeah. Number 20. How does your partner help with the baby? Oh, I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for my husband. Honestly, I would not. I couldn't. I gotta give so many props to single moms because they gotta play both roles, you know, and like, it's tough raising a baby. It is hard work. And anytime that I've had to be by myself with Judah, I've always managed, but you know, when you're doing it by yourself, you don't get a lot of time to yourself to kind of recoup and get your brain back right, and you know, to just kind of unwind. And my husband, I thank God for him every single day, because honestly, I wouldn't be able to do this without him. He is the one that gets up with him in the middle of the night to let me sleep, because I am such a hard sleeper, and this probably makes me sound like a terrible mom, but I sleep through him crying a lot. I don't know he's ever crying until the next morning where Clinton's like, yeah, he woke up at 3 like screaming. I know it probably makes me a terrible mom, and it's like, your mother's intuition is supposed to kick in. You're supposed to hear everything. Well, I don't. I sleep like a freight train could probably run right over me and I wouldn't know it. That's how hard I sleep. And there are days like where if Clinton's telling me like, you know, I'm not feeling well or I've got to do something early in the morning, it's like my body knows like, oh, you're going to have to listen for the baby, and then I'll get up with him. But if like everything's okay and I know Clinton's going to be home in the morning, I know that he's gonna take care of him in the middle of the night, and I'll get him in the morning. That's just how we've done it, and we alternate mornings, like waking up with him. So he'll wake up anywhere from 5:30 to 6:30, and we alternate mornings getting up with him. So like I'll get up with him on Monday, he gets up with him on Tuesday, I get up with him on Wednesday, he, you know, so on and so forth. Number 21, the final question. What are your future hopes for your baby? I hope he does whatever he sets his mind to, and he does it with excellence. I hope that he's kind and he sticks up for others and he's not judgmental. I hope that he's not a bully and he sticks up for those that are bullied, and that he makes a difference in his classmates and in his world, and that he always shows the light of Jesus, and that he always goes to him first for everything. And I hope that he always knows that his dad and I love him so much and will always be in his corner. And I hope he knows he's always loved and he's always valued, and that, you know, his accomplishments, no matter how big or small they might be, are gonna be so exciting for us. And if he's excited about something, we're excited. If he's happy, we're happy. And that he can come to us for anything. And, you know, whether he's embarrassed or he's in trouble or if he needs help, I hope that he always knows that he can come to his mom and dad for absolutely anything. And yeah, those are my hopes for him. I hope that he has a heart of gold, and that he loves everybody unconditionally and that he loves hard and with all of his heart. And I just want him to be a good person. And I think he will be, because he's got two pretty awesome parents, if I have to say so myself. I hope that he watches his dad and that he learns from his dad on how to treat a lady and how to be a husband and how to be a helpmate, because he's got the best one to learn from. Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting emotional with this answer. Wow. I just hope he's a really good person. Woo! Anyways, let's end this before I turn into a ball fest on camera. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna get emotional with these answers. Sorry, y'all. Anyways, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and like I said, I tag all of you that have kiddos to do this. I will have the questions like written down in the description box if you do end up wanting to do it, that you'll have all the questions right there. Add or take away whatever questions you want to. Make it your own. That's what I did. But if you do end up doing this, please tag me. I would love to watch it and learn more about you and your kiddos. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, welcome. First of all, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I really hope you hit the subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family here. And tell all your friends about us. We would love to have a big YouTube family. Yeah. And if you're returning from my other videos, then thanks for coming back and watching another one. Is that my lipstick on your head? No. Anyways, we love y'all. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oops, I feel bad. Judah didn't get to say bye. Do you want to say bye? Do you want to say bye? Say bye-bye. Okay, bye y'all. We'll see you in the next video.